Math with Mr. Williams. Example 1. Factoring x squared plus bx plus c when b and c are positive. So in this example, we're going to factor x squared plus 10x plus 16. So to begin this problem, we're going to go ahead and look for factors of 16 that then add up to get 10. All right, so let's go ahead and break this apart now. So the factors of 16 would be 1 times 16, and then we have 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. So the sum of those factors would be 1 plus 16 is 17, 2 plus 8 would be 10, and 4 plus 4 is 8. And the one we're looking for is 2 times 8, because when we add those up, we get 10. So that means our factor form would turn into x plus 2 and x plus 8. Now to check that, we have two different methods. We have the FOIL method, which says if we multiply the first terms, our outside terms, our inside terms, and our last terms. All right, find our like terms, and we can see we arrive right back at our original expression. Another way to check that is using an area model. So we have the x plus 2 we arrived at, and the x plus 8. All right, in the first box we have x squared, because x times x, then the other one is 2 times x, which would give us 2x, and then 8x, because 8 times the x, and then 2 times 8 would give us the 16. If we add these terms up, we have x squared plus 2x plus 8x plus 16. Combine our like terms, and we arrive back at the original expression. So our answer is x plus 2 times x plus 8. Math of Mr. Williams. Example 2, factoring x squared plus bx plus c when b is negative and c is positive. So here we have factor x squared minus 8x plus 12. So we know to get a positive c here, we either have to multiply two positives or two negatives. And since b is a negative 8, that means we have to have two negatives multiplied together, because two positives, when you add them up, wouldn't get us a negative number. So let's go ahead and break down the factors of 12. So what gives me 12? I would have a negative 1 times a negative 12. Well, that would give me that positive 12. And another one would be negative 2 times negative 6. And another one would be negative 3 times a negative 4. All right, now the sum of those factors have to be a negative 8. So let's go ahead and find our answers here. So we have negative 1 plus a negative 12 would get us a negative 13. Well, that's not a negative 8. The next one would be negative 2 plus a negative 6 would get us a negative 8. And negative 3 plus a negative 4 would get us a negative 7. Okay, so we found our 2 as they add up to a negative 8. So let's go ahead and break that down now. So we have x minus 2 and x minus 6. Let's go ahead and use our area model to check it. So we have x minus 2 and x minus 6. All right, so let's go ahead and multiply the first box. We have x times x. We arrive at x squared. Then we have x times that negative 2 would get us a negative 2x. Then we have x times a negative 6, which would get us a negative 6x. Then negative 6 times negative 2 would give us a positive 12. Now let's add those up. X squared minus 2x minus 6x plus that 12. All right, combine our like terms. So we have x squared minus 8x plus 12. All right, and we do arrive right back at the original expression. So our answer would be x minus 2 times x minus 6. Math with Mr. Williams. Example 3, factoring x squared plus bx minus c, where c is negative. Here we have to factor x squared plus 4x minus 21. And we know that in order to get a negative 21 here, when we multiply, we have to have one number being positive and the other negative. Now the trick here is, I look at the b, I know he is positive. So that means our bigger number has to be positive. All right, so let's go ahead and work on our factors of negative 21. So we here have 1 and a 21. So we know the smaller number has to be negative. So negative 1 times a positive 21 gets at negative 21. Another one would be negative 3 and a positive 7. All right, and if we just add those up, we would see that we would get a positive 20 on the first one, and the second one, we'd end up with a positive 4. So the one we're looking for is the positive 4. So here we are, two factors we need to use. So our answer should be x minus 3 and x plus 7. Let's go ahead and check it with our area model. Okay, so we have x minus 3. We have x plus 7. All right, in the first box we have x times x, which is x squared. Then we have x times a negative 3, which is a negative 3x. Then we have x times 7, which is 7x. We have 7 times a negative 3 is the negative 21 we were looking for in the beginning. Let's add those all up. X squared minus 3x plus 7x minus 21. We combine our like terms. And here we arrive back at the original expression of x squared plus 4x minus 21. So our answer is x minus 3 times x plus 7.